All right, guys, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. Today, I'm going to see if I'm going to either keep or sell my EVH EL34 100. Let's get started. Well, thanks for joining me for another episode of Keep It or Sell It. This is where I go through each and every one of my amplifiers one by one and put it on the chopping block, play through all the channels and discuss the features and all that on them. And just at the end of the video, I either make a decision to keep it or sell it, or sometimes I leave it up to you guys because sometimes it's just too hard of a decision for me. And well, on the chopping block today is the EVH EL34 100. Oh yeah, you can hear it humming in the background. This thing's ready to kill. I actually got a pretty good deal on this amplifier a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago from a guy in Howell, and I was like, I always wanted to try one of the EVH EL34 100s. I tried the 50. I thought the clean channel was good and the red channel was good, but the blue channel was just garbage on the amplifier. Unless you did the mod, then the blue channel was awesome. So I always wondered how the EL34 100 compared to the EL34 50. And honestly, I think it's a much better amplifier. I love this amp. But the thing is I have the Stealth 100, you know, the 6L6 version, and I'm like, I almost have two of the same amp down here. I mean, there's slight differences between them, but, you know, once I compared it to the Stealth, I was hoping it'd be quite a bit different, but it really isn't. So I'm kind of like, well, why do I have the same amp down here? It just has a different power section. But I do love the amplifier a lot. It sounds incredible. So let's go ahead and go through the different channels. Now, we'll start with the clean channel. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to have it dialed in the way I like it, and I'm going to boost it because that's the way I like it, and I'm going to keep all the effects on because that's how I like it as well. These are, you know, all settings that are, you know, my favorite settings that work for me, and I have to have it set up that way so that I can make a proper decision. You know, this isn't a dial-in video. It's literally me trying to make a decision here. Hopefully I can make this decision, and if I am to part with this amplifier, it's going to be tough. It really is. Even though I still have the Stealth, there's always that thing in your head, you know, like, should I have sold that? But anyways, I'm going to shut up and start playing. So I'm going to do the clean channel two different ways. I'm going to do it clean, and then I'm going to show you how it sounds when you crank the gain. You get a nice classic rock tone with it, and I'm going to have the Julia chorus and the Flashback 2 pedal on with it right now. So here we go. It's a really good clean channel. It's very usable. It's warm. It's chimey. You know, there's really nothing to not like about it. It's not an afterthought type clean channel like the old EVH type stuff was. I mean, those clean channels were pretty bad. But in the EL34 100 and in the Stealth, the clean channels are great. They really are. Are there better clean channels out there? Yeah, the JP and the Herbert, they're better clean channels, but these are definitely usable for live or recording, and they are enjoyable to listen to. So let's go ahead and switch cameras here to the amplifier, and I'm going to dial in the clean channel to sound as, you know, as nasty as I can get it. I mean, obviously it's not as nasty as the blue or red channels, but I can get a good classic rock sound out of it. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Pretty easily done. You just turn the volume down a little bit, crank the gain all the way up, and obviously boost it, and you can get a decent classic rock tone out of it. So let's do a couple riffs with that. Not bad. I mean, was that a tone I would ever use? Probably not, because I'm kind of a metal player, but I'm just showing you what that channel would do. Would I ever dial it in that way? Probably not, but it actually, for some people, that channel could really work for the classic rock stuff, and it just adds some versatility to the amplifier. So let's go ahead and switch over to the blue channel now. Now, let me give you a shot of the amp. This is how I have it set up right now. And the blue channel's got plenty of gain in it. I have the gain at 3 o'clock. But if I was to just use the red channel on this amp, I would have the gain probably around noon or maybe 1 o'clock on the blue channel. Because as you may or may not know, the gain on the blue channel greatly affects the gain on the red channel. It'll really make it nastier, and it actually acts as an overdrive if you want it to. I mean, if you crank the gain on the blue channel all the way up while you're on the red channel, it'll actually boost the red channel and act as an overdrive. It's actually a really cool feature. It's one of the Easter eggs in this amplifier. And that Easter egg also exists on the Stealth. All right, so now let's hear the blue channel, which is a lot nastier. There's plenty of gain in it. And as you can see, this is how I have it set up. I got it set up with the gain at around 3 o'clock. And yes, I'm boosting it. I know, I'm probably triggering a bunch of boost haters out there. Don't care. All right, let's go ahead and hear what the blue channel sounds like. Wow, that's pretty gainy. Let's go ahead and adjust it a little bit. It's been a while since I played this amp. Hang on 1 second here. Yeah, that's a lot better. I just turned the gain down a little bit. It's a little cleaner now. So let's do some more riffs. Yeah, that's just freaking evil, man. That's just such a really good, nasty, high gain rhythm or lead channel. There's plenty of gain in it to do leads, so I mean, it works really well. Let's do a mix real quick with this particular channel. I'll just do like one of my typical songs here, just so you can hear it in a mix. So here we go. There you go, one take mix, warts and all. Yeah, great freaking channel, really sounds awesome. And I'm boosting it with the odd box right now. And yeah, it just sounds killer with a boost, you know. Let's switch over to the red channel, and I'm gonna dial in the red channel. I'm gonna keep the boost on. And you know what? No, I'm not. I'm gonna turn the boost off, switch to the red channel, and I'll show you how the gain on the blue channel affects the red channel. I'm going to dial it in to be tight and nasty without a boost. You hear how it's a little looser and just a tad bit flubbier with the gain on the blue channel all the way down. And again, I'm on the red channel, so I'll show you how it affects it. So for a lot of people, that would actually work. It really would. And at times it actually works for me. You just crank the gain, as I showed you here, on the blue channel, and then adjust accordingly your gain on the red channel, and you got a really nice, tight, saturated, amazing sounding channel. And that's why Eddie never used a boost with these amps, because he didn't need one. He had one built in. So I really think that that's a great feature on these amplifiers. So now let's do something different. What I'm going to do now is dial in the red channel so it takes a boost really well. So I'm going to engage the boost, the odd box. Now, like most of you who are watching, I like to have my own boost pedal. I mean, just, you know, we're all finicky guitar players, you know, so there's just things that we like about different boost pedals. Now, there are times that these settings in this amp can totally work for me, and then there's days where I'm like, I'd just rather boost it myself. So boost pedal's on. Let's dial in the red channel so that it takes the boost properly by adjusting the gain on the blue channel. Now that actually works pretty well even with the gain all the way down, but if you want just a little bit more edge, you can adjust the gain up on the blue channel a little bit, and it just gives you that little extra bite and aggression on the red channel. Sounds phenomenal, so aggressive, and it's got that nice snarl to the top end, and it's super, super responsive now, so I could barely touch the strings and stuff happens. So I really, really like this red channel and this amplifier because of that feature. You could really fine-tune things when you boost this amplifier, especially on the red channel. Something that just occurred to me is I'm using the odd box with this amplifier, and it has more push, and that's why on the blue channel I was like, man, why am I, it's too gainy or it's too aggressive, and honestly that's why, because the odd box definitely has more push than other pedals, especially when you put it in the UK mode, and it really does boost amps very well. So that's why I had to back things down. So I was just sitting there going, yeah, that's what the deal was, because I used to use the Mud Killer a lot. I still think that's a great pedal, but when you get more push out of a pedal, the amp becomes a lot more nastier. So anyways, now that I have everything dialed in, let's do a one-take mix on, let's do Night Terrors. Let's do a one-take mix on that. So warts and all, even if it's a complete train wreck, I'll leave it all in there because I don't care. Let's just see how it sounds in a full mix. Well, there you have it in a full mix. And yes, that was a one taker, and you could tell because there's a couple of really interesting notes I decided to play there. Anyways, yeah, this amp is just stupid good. It's so freaking good. And I'm really loving it with the Oddbox pedal by Warm Audio. I'm really digging it with that. I'm telling you, man, you know, there's honeymoon phases with stuff, but I think this is a honeymoon phase that's going to last forever with this pedal. It's so good. Anyways, yeah, I don't think I can part with this amp just yet. Maybe I need to make some profiles with it on the CORTEX and with the Quad CORTEX minimally before and if I part with it. But if I am to part with it, I'll do those first. But man, I don't know if I could live with myself if I part with this amplifier right now. It's just so good. And I know I have the Stealth, so why would I keep this around when I already have the Stealth? But man, it's just such a good amplifier, and it took me a long time to find one. And I just got lucky and found one locally and drove over there and picked it up that day, and it's been a great amplifier. So for now, I'm going to keep it. It's just so much fun to play. I mean, I call these types of amps dune buggy amps. They're just a riot. You just get in them and go, and it's just fun to play. There's so many great things you can do with these amps, and they're so versatile. But yeah, I just think if you're out there looking for like a mean, nasty, scary sounding amplifier, I can tell you that the EL34 100 by EVH is just money. It's just such a good amplifier. And yeah, there's slight differences between it and the Stealth, but I just think it's so good that I need to keep it around a little longer. And maybe down the road, maybe if something pops up on Reverb or whatever, that's just something I have to have, and I have to part with the EL34 to get it. Maybe I'll do that, but I'm never parting with the Stealth. I'll tell you that right now. So anyways, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And look for some you know, some presets and profiles on CORTEX and Quad CORTEX with this amplifier involved very soon, because I'm definitely going to profile this. It's just so good. And I'll profile all the channels and the different modes and stuff like that for you as well. So keep your eye on the channel for that. So anyways, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed playing. I really did. This was thoroughly enjoyable for me to do. I mean, I haven't played this amp in a while, and it just felt good to shake the house with this thing today. I got some aggression out of my system here. So anyways, again, I hope you enjoyed it. And to all my Patreon supporters and subscribers, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys immensely. And if you want to join my Patreon, there's a link below. You can just support me, $5, $10 a month, whatever. I mean, I would really appreciate that, because it literally does keep me going here. And there's a bunch of Sweetwater links below too. Click on any one of those and get anything you want, and it does support the channel as well. So I really appreciate that as well. And thanks to all who have been doing that. I very much appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified every time I come out with a new episode or go live. Well, I got a lot more stuff coming up for you guys, and I will see you on the next one.